Alright, I'm kind of feeling a chill, casual commentary here today. So, before we get everything underway, I wanted to give the quick update we have for Jonathan Drouin, who got hit in the head with a puck in yesterday's Habs versus Red Wings game at the Bell Center. Here's the update from the Canadiens' Twitter account. He was not going to be able to return to the game yesterday, and then prion to Emirates today. Dominique Ducharme says Drouin is doing well and he doesn't have any concussion-like symptoms. He is considered day-to-day. So, after leaving yesterday's game and heading to the hospital and all that, this is probably the best outcome we could have had. Jonathan Drouin, whatever it is, hopefully he's able to come back all right. Hopefully there are no long-lasting, lingering effects from that puck to the head. It was a very bad broken up play right there, so you definitely don't like to see that. But when it comes to the way the Canadiens were able to play without Jonathan Drouin in the lineup, guess what? It's a 3-0 win against the Detroit Red Wings. I was supposed to watch this game, and I really did want to, but there was indeed a regional blackout. Now, before anybody goes out there and starts emailing me links to illegal streaming services, I appreciate it. I know those do exist, but my plan kind of was to have the game going on in the background of my TV and me using the computer, doing research on other things at the same time. And that's not really all too possible, you know, having the game playing on my laptop and having research being done on the laptop at the same time, because I kind of have to have the game visually on in order to pay attention to it. It's tough for me to just only listen to the radio or an audio broadcast of it. So, I appreciate it, but I was not able to watch the game when it was happening live. I was able to watch the highlights, though, of course, and go through the tape and see what I thought was interesting, but I didn't really want to focus on the Red Wings here today. I know we have a lot of Red Wings fans on the channel, but when it comes to our topic, I wanted to talk instead about Nick Suzuki. Because when it comes to Suzuki and the way that he has performed so far in the 2021 season, he has 8 points in 11 games played. Now, that is honestly, on paper, not a bad number, and if you do the math right here, 8 divided by 11 multiplied out by 82, he's on pace for 60 total points on the season, and it's made even better when you realize that his point production is pretty much the same as last year, albeit on a lower performing team. The Montreal Canadiens, as we've known, they've been a pretty bad team to kick off the 2021 season, and even though it's not really one particular player's fault, it's kind of contributed to a lower amount of numbers for everybody on this team. Pretty much except for Jake Allen. I mean, getting 2 shutouts isn't really a bad thing right there, but for Nick Suzuki, he was really cold to kick off the year. He had like 1 point in 6-something games played or whatever, but it's only been lately when we've started to see Nick Suzuki actually go out there and showcase himself off in the best way possible. What I wanted to focus on was the Anaheim game. The Montreal Canadiens lost 4-2 on Halloween night in Anaheim in their second game in a row against California teams. This is the quote from Suzuki after that Anaheim game. "I always put a lot of pressure on myself to contribute. Throughout my whole career, I want to be a go-to person. Today, against the Ducks, I wasn't really doing much, to be honest. Probably one of my worst games. So I'm pretty disappointed in how I played. I gotta play better." And you know, play better? He did. Nick Suzuki calls himself out to the media after the Anaheim game. He says, "Yeah, I wasn't really all too good. One of my worst games. I need to be better." And guess what? Against the Detroit Red Wings, 1 goal, 2 assists, 3 points on the 3-goal game right here for the Montreal Canadiens. He finally gets his first on the year. He's got 1 goal, 7 total assists on the season, and the first goal he scored was an absolute beauty. Pretty nice passing from Petrie to Toffoli to Suzuki. Suzuki gets it, he walks right in, he shoots it, saved by Nedeljkovic, but Suzuki on the rebound is able to baseball swing it right into the goal. And the fans go crazy. You could see Suzuki. There was almost a sense of relief on his face as he finally gets his first goal on the year. I'd been saying it the entire time, man. I do believe that Suzuki could be a 20-goal guy this season. He had 15 goals last season and 7 in the playoffs. So, to me, he's certainly one of those guys that could challenge for a 20-goal stat line. However, 1 goal in 11 games, he's going to have to pick it up from here, but everybody kind of has to pick it up from here now, don't they? Second goal of the game, it is Josh Anderson. This one pretty much happens because of Nick Suzuki's incredible pass reception. It's Brendan Gallagher who kicks the puck up the boards, and Nick Suzuki, as he's being the trailer, he kicks the puck off the inside of his right heel up to his stick, and he continues forward with it. He throws a pass up the wing. Josh Anderson picks it up, comes in on a breakaway, he shoots, he scores. It's great to see Anderson getting up on the board, man. He had a great game yesterday, but Nick Suzuki and his pass reception is the reason this goal happened right here. You want to talk about primary assist? Yeah, that was a primary assist with a capital P. Nick Suzuki, man, what skills on display. Then, you also had yourselves what was the empty net goal, scored by Brendan Gallagher, assisted by Toffoli and Suzuki. Good to see Gally get on the board too. So, for the Montreal Canadiens, it's ultimately a 3-0, 22-save shutout here for Jake Allen, and honestly, Nedeljkovic played pretty well too. The guy made 38 saves and 40 total shots, so he definitely is not to blame here in this one. And a lot of the chances, a lot of the opportunities the Canadiens were able to get, he was thwarting away. The Red Wings, of course, playing without Larkin, playing without Bertuzzi because one of them is out and the other one is not vaccinated. So this certainly wasn't the prime Detroit Red Wings team that we were playing against here. There still were some other guys, but we all kind of do know that the Red Wings have been a lot better, and they've really improved their team this season compared to years before, with the new additions of guys like Raymond and Seider, and a lot of the depth that is circulating throughout the middle of this lineup, like Piasutar and all of them. I really do like the Red Wings and the way they've assembled their team, not just because I'm a Red Wings fan, but because, you kind of have to give props where props are due. Steve Yzerman knows how to build a hockey team. But when it comes to the Canadiens and heading into what is next, when it comes to Nick Suzuki, that's a great question to ask. Where does he go from here? Is this 3-goal game, is this 3-point game the start of what is ultimately going to be the Nick Suzuki redemption tour after a poor showing to kick off the year? There's a lot of guys on the Montreal Canadiens that are going to need to do that. And it all kind of starts with the formulas as to how to win. When you look at how the Canadiens are winning their games, okay, their wins usually come when Jake Allen stands on his head, 6-1 win over Detroit, 4-0 win against the San Jose Sharks, and then another 3-0 win against the Red Wings. Obviously, you would like Jake Allen to go out there and continue doing what he is doing, but it would be unrealistic to say that he has got that opportunity in every game that the Canadiens will play. We saw the Seattle game, and then on the weekend it was the San Jose game where he was good, but then the LA game was not a good one. Jake Allen, sure, he's not bad, it's just the team is letting him down, and there are a whole bunch of goals going in against them because of that, so there's more than one thing that's going to need to go right here for the Canadiens if they're going to want to go out there and actually, start winning games, stringing together wins, and giving Nick Suzuki and all these other players an opportunity to start up and continue getting point streaks, because once you get these players that actually start getting hot, once they start feeling that mojo, that is ultimately when you start winning games, when you start stringing together wins, and when the team is feeling it. So for Nick Suzuki, great on him for calling himself out after the Anaheim game and really bouncing back, following it up with a brilliant performance on home ice in front of the hometown crowd, giving them something to cheer about. Good on Anderson, good on Gallagher, all those guys for getting on the board too. Hopefully Drouin is able to recover properly. For the Red Wings, y'all played pretty alright, Definitely don't want to discount the Red Wings in the way they played. Sure, Nedeljkovic had to bail out the Red Wings several times in this game, but he still got beat twice. Jake Allen did not get beat at all, so it is ultimately a 3-0 win with the empty net goal for Montreal. Talk to me in the comments, what do you think about not only this previous game, but also Nick Suzuki and all the stuff going on with the Habs in general. My biggest question remains the same. Where do you go from here? What is next? Is it the cliche, okay, you take this win and you use that momentum and build it into another win? Is there anything else you noticed about the Canadiens that they need to fix up before next game? Let me know in the comments all your thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this Montreal 99. And bye.